This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I am delighted to be joined by the savage Alen Babic over Zoom. Alen, how are you? It's been a while since we last spoke.
Yeah, thank you very much. Since you're back, that means the fight is near, so I'm good, brother. I'm good. Just can't wait to get in there. Good.
It's good to hear. Obviously, you're doing well. Let's get straight into it. Originally, you was meant to face Lucas Brown next weekend, and now you'll face Eric Molina. Before we do come on to Eric, can you just kind of enlighten everybody as to why the fight with Lucas is no longer going ahead?
Yeah, well, I don't know how to do that because I don't really know what happened. They just said Lucas Brown. So yeah, great fight. He's good ranking and stuff, and we have that bouncer story. And then one day they just called me like Lucas is off. I was like, why? They say something with COVID passports. I don't know. Maybe he got scared, maybe he didn't. I don't know, but he was off. And we searched for another opponent, and all of the shit guys came in. Like 300 and something. I don't like that fights. I don't want to give that fights to the fans. So we searched, and my team came up with Molina. And I'm very happy for that. Very happy. Very good teamwork.
Do you have any frustrations that a fight with Lucas Brown won't go ahead now? Because I know you've spoken about him for a while.
No, it's okay. It's just a part of the business. That is I didn't even thought I'm gonna fight him because he is a bit on the downside. He doesn't need a heavy knockout, so maybe it's good maybe that we don't fight. So I'm not like, I'm just training like usual stuff. I train every day. So whoever, I will prepare the same for Molina. There's no difference whatsoever.
So talk to me about this fight with Eric Molina. People will look at him and think he's coming towards the end of his career, started to get a couple of recent defeats on his record, most recently, obviously, against somebody well, Fabio Wardley. So what are you expecting from him in this fight? Because despite that defeat, he also had Fabio, I don't want to say hurt, but caused him some problems in that fight.
Yeah. I would like to experience some problems, because in my 8 fights, I wasn't not even 1 second in a problem, So I would like to experience that in professional ring. So just hope. Listen, everybody has a last fight in them, I just hope this is his great fight, and we're gonna make a great battle. I don't want him to roll over and die. I want him to go fighting. And I hope he has what it takes. I know he has that, but it's just a matter of fact if he's gonna use it or not. If he wants it really, I don't know. No, I can't say. Molina is not the fight that I came in boxing for. So he's not. I don't rate him as champion or something. So, but it's a good fight. It's a good fight. It could be a hard test for me. Everything is possible. That is the best. Nobody knows what will happen. Nobody knows.
Alen, do you see a fight with Eric Molina as a tougher test in comparison to what a bout with Lucas Brown could have been?
No, I think it is. He's a bit younger. I think he actually is a tougher test. Yeah, he's been more active. He's been training more. Lucas Brown started to do work again. So when you start to do that, you don't have any much more time for boxing. And boxing deserves 100%. It needs. It demands 100% of your time. And I think Molina is all in boxing because he's fighting every year, few times. And he's very active. I think it will be a tougher test than Lucas.
Knowing that Fabio Wardley, somebody like say well, because you both under that same management company with Dillian Whyte, he stopped him in the 5th round. Do you believe you can stop him earlier? Is there that bit of a competitive edge? You want to stop him in a quicker fashion, a better fashion than what Fabio did?
Well, listen, that comes. My stoppages come. I don't want them. I don't want them. I search for them, but I don't need them. We can do 10 rounds, no problem. We can do 10 rounds if it's going to be a beautiful battle. But if he stops for 2 seconds, I'm going to be all over him, and he will not going to be able to take that pressure. So I don't see him going past 3 rounds. I really don't. But I would really like if he does. I did 8 fights. All of the fights were ending inside round 3. Only Bennett fight was longer, but I didn't even train for that fight, so I didn't want the little stoppage. So I wanted to get some rounds, and I would like if Molina can give me rounds, but it's going to be a hell. I don't know how much punishment he wants to take. I'm fresh, I'm young, I'm never knocked out, and he was on the floor a couple of times, so you think different when you get up from the floor.
Now, of course, the card is still going ahead next Saturday. I'm sure that's a relief to yourself. Was you concerned at all when you found out Dillian was going to have to pull out of the fight with Otto Wallin with regards to what it could have meant for you? Was you worried that your fight might not go ahead?
Well, listen, there is no place for worrying in this business. It is what it is. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about eating anymore. So I got that out of the concerns. But I wasn't really worried. I would fight week after maybe. But I was worried about my friend, my brother Dillian Whyte. I hated he's going through this because he had a tough camp. I sent him two of my best sparring partners. And then told me something is wrong. So I knew for some time. He doesn't bullshit. I knew for some time he's better, and that is my worrying. But my fight, I can fight anywhere, anytime. If they ask me to fight Otto Wallin now, I would say yes, of course, yes. I offered myself. So I really don't have worry anymore. I just enjoy all of this process.
Alan, what is your knowledge to Dillian's injury and what exactly he has done?
Well, I know he had a problem with his shoulder for such a long time. He had an operation, he had surgery years ago, but since that surgery, he wasn't like fully recovered. And he told me, I don't know, a few months ago, I had some problems with shoulder, but it's gonna be okay. He's like that. And I was okay, take it easy. But he does really hard on those weightlifting and stuff. I don't like that, but Dylan is Dylan. He's gonna do whatever he wants, and I don't see how that can help him in his shoulder. But it went bad, and he didn't even spar for the last 2 or 3 weeks. People don't know how bad it was until now. I knew it before, so it was. I thought he's gonna go through with it, but you can imagine the pain if Dylan doesn't want to fight. It's fucked up pain.
Alan, I'm sure you've seen some people are suggesting that Dillian may have pulled out of a fight with Otto, knowing that a fight with Tyson Fury could well be ordered by the WBC in the near future, given his recent victory against Deontay Wilder. What do you make of some of those claims that Dillian's, he isn't injured and he's looking to just kind of wait for the WBC to order that fight so he can get his crack at a world title?
Well, if he did that, I don't know about it, but if he did that, he would have full right to it because he's been number one challenger for how long? Like 600 days. It's fucking ridiculous. So if he did that because of it, it's cool with me. Fuck them. They fuck them all the time. So, but I don't think so. Really, Dylan is a fighter. He will fight anyway. He proved that so many times, and I don't know why people still doubt him. He fought all of the toughest opponents, with no belts, with nothing, just defending that same belt for 2 years. 2 or 3 years. It's ridiculous. So I think he's proven that he's gonna fight anytime, anywhere, anyhow. But if he didn't want to do something like that, then nobody can say nothing bad to him. He has full right to it.
Alan, also just want to get your thoughts on a couple of the fights which have happened recently. Obviously, we mentioned Tyson there. We haven't spoken since his stunning victory against Deontay Wilder, a brilliant fight. What was your take on it?
Well, the same as yours, brilliant fight for the fans. That is real boxing for me. That was pure boxing. Everybody say, "Oh, it's not technical." It is. That is boxing. Boxing is not beautiful, bro. When you go into trenches with me, it doesn't look beautiful. It looks painful, and the whole fight looked painful. It could end at any moment. It was like 5, 6 knockdowns in heavyweight fight. So what more can you want? I think that is the fight all of us saw, and the fight why we wanted to become boxers. So I think it was a great fight. If you want to go down in history as one of the great fights.
And Alan, also since we last spoke, we saw Anthony Joshua lose to Alexander Usyk. Time has passed since then, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on. We've seen some photos emerge of AJ with a couple of trainers stateside. Some rumors that he might be looking to change trainers with, Eddie Reynoso, Virgil Hunter, Robert Garcia, Ronnie Shields, the names which have been mentioned so far. What's your take? Do you think AJ needs a new trainer ahead of the rematch with Alexander Usyk next year?
Yeah, well, of course, it didn't work for him. He tried with his old trainer. He did everything perfect. My guy was in his sparring camp also, so I know everything. He tried everything. He did everything they say, and it didn't work. So why don't change things? AJ is a pure boxer. He's everything he does is gonna be for the good of boxing. I think he's very good for the sport, and whatever he does, he needs to be supported. Because it all fell on his back, and every loss is gonna fall on his back alone. So he needs to choose his men, the guys who are leading him. And if he wants to change, just go and change it. I don't see any problem with that. AJ is the one who is the main man.
Right, Alan, just before I let you go, I'm going to leave a final message from yourself to the Savage Army. What would you like to say to them ahead of next weekend?
Oh, I love myself. I'm gonna be co-main event. Did you hear that? I'm
I
gonna be
haven't heard that
co-main
yet,
event.
so
Yeah,
that's even better.
yeah, it's fucking amazing, and I hope they're gonna show up in bunches, they're gonna trash the O2, I don't want the O2 arena standing after us, it's crazy, I just get all emotional. I'm gonna go in for the kill, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna give Molina every chance to have a beautiful fight. There is not gonna be a chess match, it's not gonna be a beautiful boxing. No, it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell for him, and I'm gonna provide the hell, and I'm gonna do it for my fans. Of course, this is fight for the fans. I always fought for the fans since day one, and I'm always gonna do that. And thank you all, thank you all for supporting me, through the tough times, through surgeries, through injuries. You're always with me, sending me good wishes and following me on Instagram and stuff. So now my heart is full, and I'm gonna return it. It's gonna be hell. Just wait for it.
Alan, that was meant to be my closing thing, but one thing which has just popped into my mind I forgot to ask about is Dave Allen. Obviously, we've seen him come back into the boxing world now. Do you believe a bout between you two could take place beyond Eric Molina soon?
Yeah, I think it's destined. Ever since I came into boxing, you interviewed me like the first. Ever since that, everybody keep asking about our fights because we're the same kind of guys, same kind of mentality, same kind of fighters. So it will be really interesting for the fans. It will be a fucking barn burner. And of course, I would like it. I would like it December. Let's do this fight here, and we do December. I think he said he's gonna be ready for, I don't know, 20 something December. Yeah, let's go. Christmas time.
The December on the
And
Parker Chisora 2 card.
let's go. I don't even know. I don't care. We can fight on the field as long as everybody who wants watches. And I really want that fight, and that's the fight I'm going for after Molina.
All right, Alan, we will finally leave at there now, and I'll leave you to crack on and enjoy your day and get to the gym ahead of next week. Thank you for your time, and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thank you, brother. Always pleasure. Boom.